30. Let's wait now a little bit till Tarmo is joining. Tarmo is our co-founder. And then we can get started with the discussion. Oh, Tarmo is joining. Tarmo, do you want to? Yes, request it. Approve. Then Tarmo, if you can speak. Will you speak? Oh, hello, Tarmo. So we can hear each other, so we don't touch any buttons so that everything is working.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Then welcome everyone. And today is our X-Space number 30. And today we decided to focus on the real utility AI. And the focus is what we are looking is on it's a combination of AI and DeFi, which is then introducing a new word. It's called DeFi. So, and that's what we will be discussing today. And of course, you know us, we want to speak about the real utility, real value provided. Okay, you will see much more later when we are then brainstorming it. Now, Tarmo and I, we love these brainstormings. We had them earlier every 2 weeks. Now we have them every Saturday. So it's kind of best part of the week, like having this.
There is so much to discuss, Martin. I sometimes think we have to do it twice per week already.
Okay, let's stay every Saturday. So, okay, let's get started now. For the new listeners, let's make an intros. So, just Tarmo, would you like to give a short intro of you?
Hi, my name is Tarmo. I'm a distinguished architect, some 25 years experience as an architect. I'm ex-chief architect of largest Swiss banking platform, 11 years architecture VP by Credit Suisse Global Architecture. My education, PhD by Nobel Prize winner, 4 masters, in addition, chartered financial analyst, chartered alternative investment analyst. I've built over 200 applications. So I would say I'm a practical guy, Martin. Back to you.
So, hello, and I am Martin. Tarmo, can you just testing? You can hear me well?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. So I am Martin, and I'm co-founder of ChainAware. And my background, I'm coming from the startup industry. I spent my initial professional life in the startup industry where I launched a successful AI products already at that time. It was 25, 30 years ago. So we are a little bit older generation, and we used AI for natural language processing. Okay, now we are using AI on the blockchain. So, and earlier I worked as well for the Credit Suisse. I worked 10 years for the Credit Suisse in Zurich as a VP. I joined as a VP. I left as a VP. I was a VP forever. And then after Credit Suisse, we moved directly then into the Web3. And okay. And we started with our X-Spaces like 1 year ago. 1 year ago, we started speaking just about Web3, about AI. I think the AI wave wasn't so hot that time already, but we are just speaking, and we're always focusing about the real stuff and about the real utility. Now, and today as well, on the real utility. But let's give a short intros of our projects too. Tarmo, so earlier we did Smart Credit after we left Credit Suisse. And,
yes. I tell some words about Smart Credit. It is first of a kind, fixed interest, fixed term borrowing solution in blockchain. And in blockchain, most of lending borrowing is flexible interest. It means as a borrower, you don't know what interest you will pay for your loan. So it is like you buy a house and you have a flexible interest, and then you don't know, can I pay it or can't I pay it? And this is what we have currently in DeFi still. And we built first platform where we have fixed interest, fixed term, and it was huge innovation. It was copied by number of companies, and it's successful. It's running. It's live. It's working.
It's generating revenues.
Yes.
And then from Smart Credit, we got the ChainAware. Now, ChainAware is a spin-off, and we launched ChainAware like 2 years ago. We had an anniversary. It was beginning of February. It was on 4th of February 2023. We launched a predictive AI-based predictive fraud detection. That was when we launched it, but we started developing it much earlier. And actually, first we developed the credit scoring algorithms so that we are credit scoring, calculating financial ability of the individuals behind the addresses. Then we developed the fraud detection algorithms because it's, of course, a part of a credit scoring. You cannot have a good credit score if your fraud detection indications are high. So fraud detection is also part of a credit scoring. And then we realized people are much more interested about the predictive fraud detection than about measuring financial ability. That's why we launched then the predictive fraud detection. Then it followed, we launched a predictive rug pull detection, and these products are free to use. Anyone can use them. We give them away for all Web3 community. Technically, we give it away for free. Now, but then we continued. We continued to predict even more things. We continue to predict user behavior. Who will borrow? Who will lend? The probabilities. Who will trade? Who is a gamer? Who is an NFT dealer? So we started to predict the segmentation, micro-segmentation of people, of the users. We started to predict who will do what. And of course, from then we get to the fully new business. That's the ad tech, advertising technology. That's our marketing agents. So then we launched some marketing agents. What are the marketing agents doing? They're just analyzing. Okay, all these products are live, guys. These are live. The only thing is like a marketing agent, transaction monitoring agent, credit scoring agent. These are behind the paywall. You have to pay to get the enterprise subscription. Oh, we give you for the beginning the free enterprise account so that you can try a little bit around. And then you can decide do you want to subscribe or not. But it's behind the paywall. So it's a subscription, meaning most of users don't see this functionality, but we launched them the Web3 marketing agents. And what does it mean? It listens to your website. It checks who is connecting your wallet. And he presents the messages to these users who are connecting the wallet, who are using your website, which are reflecting, which are resonating with these users, with their intentions. And these are our marketing agents. And the transaction monitoring agent and the credit scoring agent. So these are all then the businesses that we have for the products that we have for the businesses. And we have done a little bit for the retail. Now, if you look on our website, you see this a little bit that you offer for retail for free, but all this 80% of functionality, it's in a subscription mode. In ChainAware. But Tarmo, let's get to the topics. Then today's, let's say, what is our today's hypothesis? So, would you like to say? Should I? Yeah.
Or maybe I just mentioned that we had last Saturday Twitter talk, and we discussed attention AI versus utility AI. And now we go in what is utility AI, and we have a hypothesis for it. And Martin, let's start. Can you say our hypothesis?
Okay, our hypothesis is the following. AI is a megatrend. It's unstoppable megatrend. You cannot stop it. It will take over every domain. And that's exactly the hypothesis now as well in a blockchain. AI will enter into every blockchain domain. So, and this entering into every blockchain domain will significantly increase the utility. Okay, utility meaning value added for the end users in this domain. So, and AI will enter into every domain. So, into every Web3 domain. Now, and one of the examples that we're focusing today is then the AI plus DeFi. And because there's a lot of real utility AI, we are looking at this today now. And which is, again, real utility AI. It means real value added for the users, not some paper tiger, not some creating some new BS
narrative.
Right? Bingo.
Next narrative.
Yet another narrative which no one can even understand or repeat or memorize, but which sells good. So, but what we are saying, which is our hypothesis, AI will enter now every sector in our Web3, every sector. So what are the sectors? For example, let's think NFTs as a sector, gaming, payments, gambling. Okay, DeFi. Today we focus on the DeFi. like gambling, socials, wallets, security, analytics, so on. Every sector, AI will enter, and it will add a real utility, meaning a real value added to the users, to this domain.
And Martin, emphasis is these are existing domains. These are not new domains. Existing domains start using AI, like DeFi starts using AI and becomes DeFAI. And this is what is happening. And what we have currently a kind of very strong narrative that there are all these AI companies and etc. And this is now very, very, very interesting to discuss. Where will we have this AI usage? Is it already existing domains where we have users, where we have communities which start using AI, or are these new AI companies or AI attention AI narratives which are generated, which will be used? And this is a discussion today. Where will be usage of AI, and hypothesis is that we use it mainly in existing domains. Real usage of AI is in already existing Web3 domains, but we have, Martin.
Because existing domains have real use cases. So AI is not there to invent now new use cases. Existing domains have use cases, which are value-adding use cases. And now AI will enable to improve the utility, to improve the value add of these existing domains, even more of these existing use cases. So that's it. So AI is not there that we are now inventing, again, this attention AI terminology, which means that we are creating yet another bingo combination, but it's about real use cases, real utility. AI is there to increase the real utility. Sure. And real utility is in existing domains. Okay, Tarmo, that's our hypothesis, but let's get started. Let's just for the starter, let's give a very short overview. What are the AI agents? And then let's start dig in step by step.
Yes, AI agent is a convergence of technologies what we have in place now. And what are properties of AI agents? They're autonomous. They are like employees who work 24 hours per day, 7 days per week. And they do their job autonomously, no supervision. They just do it. They're self-running, they're self-healing, they're self-learning. They carry out, for example, some ad tech task. They measure results and improve the next predictions. So they are continuously self-improving. And this is convergence of technologies. And one part, of course, is LLMs or large language models or reasoning models. And what is now difference to this all LLM prompt revolution or chat revolution is when you do prompts, you ask actively LLM. If you have an agent has automated it all. Agent does do it all for you. Agent takes outputs, is it machine learning or reasoning models or LLM models, and processes it and goes with it over into next steps. And it is highly trained employee who works for you, and all it needs is just compute power. This is AI agent, Martin.
And let's say there are two types of them, like in our classifications. Some of them are LLM based, and we say LLM based AI agents, they have a pretty small entry barrier. There is nothing that can protect you, because anyone can create this 3 lines prompt, or maybe 4 lines prompt, or 5 lines prompt, 10 lines prompt, and create an automation about this. Like prompt, create me a smart contract for this and this and these things. So with the list of parameters, and LLM will generate it. Okay, but anyone can create this prompt, and these are one type of the AI agents. And then the second type of AI agents, these are more like we're going to predictive AI. And as well, let's say this difference that we on one side is LLM, large scale language models, which then many people think that's the AI. We say, no, that's not the AI. This is just a statistical autoregression. We looked at the AI is more enabling decision systems, and that's very often then a predictive AI, where you're creating your own models, and these own models, they are making decisions. And then AI agents are using these own models then to decide what should be the action. So that should be the next best action. Because in the LLMs, again, there are statistical autoregression models. So these are linguistical models. So which are now sometimes used to process blockchain data or price data or generate smart contracts. But technically speaking, they're linguistical models. So, or you have then the predictive AI, where you create your own models. You are the model creator. And if you are the model creator, this means you have as well a certain competitive advantage compared to the others, because creating a model is intellectual property, meaning if someone else decides to copy, then it's like, it will take a little bit time to copy. Versus then LLM-based agents, yes, which is beauty. They can be created very fast, and they are then easy to copy as well. So, yeah, two types of AI agents then. Back to you, Tarmo.
Yes, and maybe to show what's the process, how AI agents works, they observe, for example, market trends, or they are integrated over APIs, and they just monitor environments all the time. They monitor and monitor and monitor. And if something happens, but they recognize an event which has importance, it goes over into these decision-making algorithms, which are predictive algorithms, or in sometimes just prompt-based invocation of LLMs. And it generates an output with probabilities from predictive models, or prompt output where you have whole hallucination and all kinds of effects if you use LLMs. And then it just measures feedback and relearns. If you have predictive models, you can relearn. And this is how AI agents work. And the key is, when you bring them running, the more they are used, the more feedback they get, the better these AI agents get. And it's like going from junior to senior to master to principal to expert principal, whatever the hierarchy of expertise is. And when you let AI agents work and get continuously this feedback and relearn, reconfigure and relearn, then you will get the super employees. And this is what we will face already this year, with very high probability that AI agents' performance will supersede the performance of human employees.
And we have addressed this topic very, very much in our earlier X-Spaces. So today is X-Space number 30, but we have spoken about this. What does it mean if you can give a lot of tasks where we need at the moment expert employees to the AI agents? So what is the implications of this? And okay, let me summarize it very fast. The implication is extremely positive. It means the people can focus on the creative part. The people, like we are the founder, we are the co-founders. We are creating new stuff, but we are spending so much time in all these kind of whatever activities, in the marketings, in the accountings, in the portfolios, you name it. But all these tasks, it's not about automation. It's about using the AI logics. Okay. Not LLM logics, but the predictive AI, decision-making AI, not linguistical models, to use them for the decision-making. And they will take over so much task, which means that people who are doing then the real work, they will have much more time for the real innovation. This means it will enable so much new things happening when all these repetitive tasks are getting repeated. Let me just say one thought, like just to visualize like this storyline, like if people ask which technology gave to humans most of time, like it was the washing machine. Now, when people started to use the washing machine, it replaced so much so much time of a daily hours, which was earlier for the manual washing. It frees then for the washing machine. Now, but the question is, did an unemployment follow introducing the washing machine? No, the new innovations followed after introducing the washing machine. So, and the same is happening with the AI. So the AI agents, they're taking over this repetitive task, like the washing machine took over this repetitive task of washing the laundry. AI agents are taking over the repetitive task on the expert level. Washing machine took over the laundry washing on the expert level. AI agents will do it at the expert level. And it enables this full innovation, like a full new innovation wave that is now happening because of this additional time is available. Yeah. Okay. Just saying about this thought that people are getting replaced. No,
it opens innovation. People have a capacity finally to do where they are the best. This is creation. This is creation of new concepts, new startups, new
ideas, new products.
And people have finally more time for it to do creation, and this is what is the main benefit of AI. But now we go very deep into philosophy, and Martin, let us go now to DeFi and maybe explain what is DeFi and what is this decentral finance, and maybe also some words about yesterday's Bybit and yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's get decentralized finance now. Okay, we have been in decentralized finance very long as well. So, our other projects, the smart credit, actually earlier we call it the decentralized autonomous banking, because it's not about creating decentralized finance. Finance is always a little bit abstract. It's about creating decentralized autonomous banking. It means you can do banking. Current banking is custodial banking. So, but we want to do the banking self-custodial. So instead of custodial banking, the self-custodial banking. Okay, but the name decentralized finance prevailed, but I think the goal here is still it's autonomous banking, self-custodial banking. Now, meaning people control their own keys. So people control the keys as opposed that someone else is controlling the keys. Yes, yesterday is the Bybit event where someone else or group of people are controlling the keys. Okay, we are going a little bit more into centralized finance versus then decentralized finance when the individual is controlling his own key. Now, and the idea is that in DeFi, then a lot of functionalities that we have in today's regular banking, in a retail banking, in a investment banking, in a corporate banking, is then offered in a self-custodial mode. So, like in a central exchanges, central providers are doing in a custodial, but DeFi offers this in a self-custodial mode. And DeFi is the flagship of the Web3. It's generating revenues, it's performing, it's beautiful. Now, okay, so, but let's say it as well this way, like there are different paradigms now in the DeFi implementation. Okay, and the one very widely used paradigm in a DeFi, it's the, okay, if you're looking on the automated market makers, if you're looking on the money markets and so on, sorry for the lingo, you see now there's a peer-to-peer concept. So there's always this pooling. Okay, this is like a one concept that is widely used in a DeFi. Now the other concept, which I think has a much higher potential, which is the initial Bitcoin idea, it's a peer-to-peer. So instead of having pooling the assets, the peer-to-peer assets. Now most of DeFi is on peer-to-pool-to-peer architecture. So, but there are some others, okay, which are then following the peer-to-peer architecture. So make it down or rename to the Sky, rebrand it to the Sky, Smart Credit, or previous project, then Baraka Finance, doing the Islamic finance, like a Sharia compliant Islamic finance peer-to-peer mode, and so. But the key is it's a self-custodial system. People control the assets. People choose which financial services they want to use from which provider. But they are always in a control. They are always in the owner, not that someone else is controlling your asset yourself. You're controlling your assets, and that's this major paradigm change now. You take traditional finance, or if you take central exchanges.
Martin, and maybe just one point in traditional finance, it is custody is by this kind of bank. And what listeners often forget or are not aware is something called rehypothecation. So that actually your assets are lent out. And if you are in European countries, then I think a bank can lend out their assets 80 times. Like you have one cow and the bank can lend it out 80 times the same cow. And
that means the same cow is existing 80 times in the same time moment in a different books of different organizations. Yeah. And maybe when the originator is buying back the same cow and selling it to someone else, everything happening overnight within 24 hours. 80 cow incarnations in 24 hours.
And but the impact of it is if now one of members of this so-called fiat monetary system goes past of or also central financing crypto, like we saw by Celsius and some other players, they do this rehypothecation for improving the revenue and cash. But what happens is nobody knows then where are their assets and who do their assets belong. When Celsius lent their assets, the same assets, to 4 or 5 players, then who had these assets? And this is what we saw in some, I already forgot which year it was, and it shows
2018. 18 was at Celsius, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it
was it 2020?
20. Oh. I forgot.
Yeah, 20. We are too long in the sector. I don't remember anymore.
And it shows you in and what you have in DeFi is you have self-custodial. Only you have access to assets, and if you are in these custodial systems in European jurisdiction, your assets may be lent out 80 times to 80 different lenders. Everything legal. The only bad thing is nobody knows at the end where are your assets legally.
So technically speaking, like in the books, there is a claim on the asset instead of an asset. And now if you are in the DeFi, you have the asset instead of a claim on the asset. So that's this difference. That's the difference between the custodial system, when you're dealing with the claims on the assets which belong to you, versus self-custodial, where you own the asset. So it's owning asset versus owning a claim on your asset.
Yes, and this is which risk do you accept? Do I want to go safe and say my assets belong me, or do I accept a risk for no payback, actually, no higher interest, that I have just IOU and somebody else is doing profits with my assets? And this is where everybody has to make his conscious decision. And especially,
and let me make an example of this, of my personal life story, because before Credit Suisse, I worked with the Man Investments, and the Man Investment is, and Credit Suisse was 10 years, and before Credit Suisse was Man Investments. It's as well, besides Zurich, it's the biggest independent hedge fund in the world. Okay, there are some dependent hedge funds, but it's the biggest independent hedge fund in the world. And Man Investment had a sister company. It was called MF Global. That's called Man Financial Global, MF Global. And MF Global was a broker-dealer, and it offered broker-dealer services. There was a lot of retail. They had a lot of retail clients. They had a client asset 600 million one time. But they decided to speculate with these client assets. They made some deals on the interest rates, highly leveraged. Everything went nicely. Every day they earned some extra profit, till one day the people wanted to log in their accounts and they realized there's nothing. It's zero, nada, nothing. Because what happened, the MF Global had rehypothecated the client assets to make some deals. And I think the other counterparty was a JP Morgan, who was then very happy to get these assets. And okay, anyhow, so it went. And the clients, the depositors, they didn't got anything. So it's the story of MF Global. Please look on the internet. But this story is all very characteristic to the full like a fiat banking system or the full custodial system. So that means on one side we have custodial system where you are dealing with the claims on the assets, versus you have then DeFi where you have then you own an asset. You control the access on the asset. Yeah, okay, Tarmo, but now, sorry, I'm talking too much.
It was just an important point to emphasize. What is the real difference? What is this? What does this self-custodial mean? And it means you have the asset, not that somebody else has the asset and you have just IOU and somebody else does do risky deals with your assets, and so that you can even lose it, like it is in like MF Global or Celsius and many other examples.
Mm-hmm. But Tarmo, let's jump now to the DeFi, the DeFi AI. So what is it? So that's today's topic. So because it's a real utility AI, it's an integration of AI with DeFi.
Okay.
Let's speak about this. Would you like to start?
Yes. First, DeFi, it means it is 100% digitalized processes for customers. But now is the question, what happens behind? What happens now in this DeFi platform itself? And DeFi platforms are like DeFAI. It's that we have DeFi plus we have AI agents. And DeFi is like digitalization, and AI agents make decisions. Like we have like a roadmap. First, we have a digitalization, and decisions were still made by human actors. And when we go over to DeFAI, then we have digitalization by DeFi plus superior decision making by AI agents. We add superior decision making to existing DeFi, and DeFi already has utility. And when we go over to decentralized finance AI, then this utility is massively improved because of superior decision power of AI agents. And as talked before, the longer AI agents learn, they get the superhuman performance, and then this decision-making power goes even higher, and the utility for users goes even higher. And this is DeFi. We take traditional DeFi. We had very good automated AI-driven decision-making, and then we have decentralized finance AI. This is DeFi, and maybe to emphasize is when we talk about AI agents, is it what we will tell some more about words about it. AI agents, they are trained with data, and they can be trained with on-chain data, on-chain financial data. And now we have all this Ethereum blockchain, Bitcoin blockchain, Polygon, Solana, etc., Binance Smart Chain blockchain, BNB Smart Chain. And it is, this data is on-chain. And this AI agent can get this data and all the time learn from this data continuously. This data is free. It's not like in traditional finance where you have to buy very expensive licenses to get these data sources. No, the data is free. And as soon as something happens, then in blockchain, AI agents can relearn and improve even further their performance. And when we speak about decentralized finance AI, then of course the question is it something new? And the answer is yes, it is new for Web3.
It is new for the Web3 because Web3, the DeFi processes have been a little AI driven till now. So, but with this DeFi AI, it's getting more and more. But So it's a natural development. So from one side, we have 100% automation, on-chain data, which can freely be analyzed. Better decisions can be created. Decisions can be better than the regular people can make in a short time frame. So the predictive AI will make a better decisions. So statistically speaking, and so it is new in the DeFi, but it shows now something very interesting. Like the DeFi started. And we know that DeFi started from one side, the DEXs, decentralized exchanges. Okay, the balancer came, or the banker, then Uniswap kind of took a banker source code a little bit, and then it became a Uniswap, then others took a Uniswap source code, and that's how the AMMs that they got everywhere. So then something similar happened in the borrow lend systems, in the money market systems, like a Compound with a massive innovator. They created the money market systems. Then I think Aave copied the Compound source code. They made some little modifications, and it was already a new source code called Aave. Then others came and copied the Aave, and so on, so on. So DeFi made a lot of these financial innovations on the Web3. So now when these innovations were done, so now the process is automated. Now instead of doing human decisions, okay, we look now at this example decisions, we'll get to these example decisions. So why do humans need to make decisions? So if you need to decide, for example, on the investment, AI can do it better than you. If you need to decide on the marketing, okay, like on the marketing, to whom to market which products, AI can do it better. If you want to decide on a portfolio management, AI can do it better. Trading agent, the pattern recognition, AI can do it better. So, but you see what happened that the first sector in a Web3 emerged, like a DeFi, which created a real utility. On one side, DEXs, then a borrow lend system, then the leverage trading, then the perpetual scale, and so on, so on. So full ecosystem emerged. And this everything it created full utility, full value added for the users. And now we are at a phase where this value added is there, and it now starts to, this sector, DeFi sector, starts to enter the next level. It starts to integrate with the AI, so that us humans, we have to make less decisions, but AI will make more decisions. Now, is it good or bad? You say it's perfect, because it's AI agents, and agents making decisions, meaning it's a high expert level employees making decisions. They're trained, and probably they make decisions better than we do after proper training. We'll speak a little bit about these probabilities too. But that's this general pattern. First, the sector emerges. Sector stands to add utility. And now in the sector where we have a lot of utility, then AI starts to take over decision tasks and to improve even further the utility of a sector. So, just wanted to mention this storyline, Tarmo.
Yes, very, very good what you said, that it started just that in DeFi, we created these products which were custodial, self-custodial, and they started generating cash flow, and all the systems started running. And now we go over to the next level in DeFi, that we bring decision making over to superior decision making using AI agents. And this is now the evolution what happens. All these products which were created in DeFi, they go now over to the next stage where these products will be integrated with AI agents. And the AI agents will do decisions for these products or in these products and improve decision making. And what it means for customers
win,
products get better. What it means for investors win, because cash flow of DeFAI companies gets better. So it is win-win situation for everybody. When decentralized finance merges or starts using AI agents and decentralized finance AI emerges, it is win-win, where everybody wins out more of it. It's and this is interesting to emphasize that by combining now AI agents with existing DeFi, we go over to next qualitative level where everybody wins. What happens very seldom in real world. Yeah, Martin.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation. And let's look now at these AI agents. So as well, like which AI agents we have in DeFi AI. Well, let me start. Of course, like everyone knows the trading agents now, and the trading agents meaning they just recognize the patterns. Now, of course, some projects they are trying to use LLMs then to do a pattern recognition and so okay, guys, LLMs are linguistical models, they are not pattern matching models. LLMs can very easily analyze the words and create the sequences of words without understanding what the sequences mean. It's just statistical autoregression, the highest probability autoregression. So that means for the trading agents, technically you have to use a predictive AI, but you analyze the patterns and then you make probably you make a much better decisions than a regular human trader. Let's say it in this way. So the trading agent, very simple, very nice, simple example. So on one side we have a DEXs, Uniswap, 1inch, Pancake, and on the other side your trading agent.